What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today, guys, we are going to be discussing a very interesting card that is set to release in Cyberstorm Access, that card being Time-Rending Morganite. Very excited to be discussing this card, so without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So Time-Rending Morganite is a normal spell card that has two effects. The first one being for the rest of this duel, apply each of these effects. You cannot activate monster effects in the hand, you draw 2 cards each time you conduct your normal draw, and you can normal summon set up to twice per turn. Second effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then discard 1 Time-Rending Morganite each time you normal summon a monster this turn. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects. So, at first glance, this card actually seems really good. I mean, you get to draw 2 cards during your draw phase, you get the normal summon twice per turn, and you can negate your opponent's monster effects by banishing 1 copy of this card in your graveyard and then discarding another copy of this card to the graveyard, which incentivizes you to play multiple copies of this card in your deck. All seems all well and joyful, and this card just seems really good and almost kind of borderline broken, but there is one tiny incy little problem with this card. The first part of the first effect reads, you cannot activate monster effects in the hand. That, in my opinion, is what kills this card. This card had so much potential to be a very powerful card that basically every deck would be playing. I mean, let's be honest, this card would be absolutely broken if that first part of the first effect was not there. But because of that, I honestly do not think this card is worth it at all, for the sole reason that hand traps are very important in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And because they're so important and this card basically locks you out of using it, I do not think that the benefits that this card gives you outweighs the big negative of not only being able to not use hand traps, but any monster effect in your hand that maybe like special summon to your field or send something to your graveyard so you can do your graveyard shenanigans. Like, the fact that that basically turns all of that off, I don't know, to me, I just do not think it's worth it. A very cool concept of a card. I don't think we've ever seen a card that does something like this, to where it basically has a lingering effect throughout the entire duel, and it has this basically kind of a setup for like the rest of the duel. I think that concept of the card is really cool, but honestly, I just don't think this card is worth it in my opinion. Had a lot of potential, and I do think maybe some like slower decks can maybe have a usefulness of this, but I don't know, I just do not think it's worth it in my opinion. I just think the hand effects of monsters is just way too important in today's game, and in my opinion, although I think it's a very cool card, I just don't think it's worth it in my opinion. But with that being said, that's it for my thoughts on Time-Rending Morganite. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this card down below, and with that being said, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.